Hey guys, we're going to do 4.9 today, which is going to be one-step inequalities with multiplication or division. Okay, this is going to have something a little bit new, whereas the adding and subtracting should have been pretty much the same as equations, just with the added inequality and graphing. So when you're solving inequalities, first thing you're going to do, like always, rewrite the inequalities of the variables on the left-hand side if you need to. Okay. You're going to multiply or divide to get a coefficient of 1. Remember, you always do the opposite. So if it's 4 times x, you'll divide by 4. If it's x divided by 2, you'll multiply by 2. Always do the opposite. Here's the new thing. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the inequality sign. Okay, we're going to look at why. The last thing you'll do is graph the solution. Why do we flip the sign when you multiply or divide by a negative? Well, look here at this inequality. It says 6 is greater than negative 2. That's true, okay? Look at what happens when we add 3. So if I add 3 to 6 and I add 3 to negative 2, it's still true. 9 is greater than 1. What about if I subtract 2 or add a negative 2? Okay, so I'm going to get 4 is greater than negative 4. Again, that's still true. Okay, those are both true. Let's look at when I multiply by 2. I get 12 is greater than negative 4. It's true. How about when I multiply by negative 2? I get negative 12 is greater than 4. That's not true. Negative 12 is less than 4. Okay. How about when I divide by 2? I get 3 is greater than negative 1. That's true. How about when I divide by negative 2? I get negative 3 is greater than 1. That's not true. Negative 3 is less than 1. Okay, so when you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign so the inequality is true. Sometimes whenever I explain it that way, it helps kids remember to do it. Okay, so don't forget, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign. It doesn't matter that this number was negative. It only mattered what I multiplied or divided by. All right, let's look at some examples. So example 1, I have 7 is greater than or equal to negative 9x. First thing I'm going to do is flip it so my variable's on the left. Okay, now it's negative 9 times x. I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 9. Okay, that gives me 1x, positive 1, because remember, negative divided by negative is a positive. Over here I get negative 7x, just leave it as a fraction. Since I divided by a negative, I'm going to flip my sign. Last step is to graph it. Oops, that's supposed to be a negative 1, but it doesn't matter. Greater than or equal to. So fill it in, because it's or equal to, and shading to the right, because it's greater than. My variable is already on the left. I need to divide by negative 1 to get a positive 1 for my x. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1x. And 6 divided by negative 1 is negative 6. And I flip my sign. Okay. Graph it. It's just less than, so open circle, shading to the left. I'm going to flip it. So my variable's on the left. 4 times x, so I need to divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1x. 4 divided by 4 is 1. I divided by a positive here, so I'm going to keep my sign the same. And graph it. This is less than, so open circle, less than. Okay, variable's already on the left. It's 3 times x, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1x. I get negative 11 thirds. I divided by a positive, so I keep my sign the same. Now, I'm pretty sure GMM will accept improper fractions, but you can also make this a mixed number. Okay, 3 goes into 11 3 times. Let's do left over. And then we graph it. It's less than or equal to, so it's filled in. And less than means it's shading to the left. So those were all the multiplication problems where we had to divide. Now we're going to look at problems that were given division, so we're going to have to multiply. It wouldn't write them, I couldn't type them nicely, so I'm just going to write them out. Alright, I'm going to flip this so that my variable is on the left. Okay, this is x divided by -6. So to get a positive x, I need to multiply both sides by -6. Alright, so those go away. X, -12. Since I multiplied by a negative, I'm going to flip my sign. Okay. Strictly greater than, so open circle, shading to the right. Alright, so I'm going to flip some of my variables on the left. Alright, x divided by 10. So to get x by itself, I need to multiply by 10. Always multiply by what's in the denominator. So 10 times 10. Since I'm multiplying by a positive, my sign will stay the same. And then graph it. Strictly less than, so open circle, shifting to the left. Okay, last one. So I have x divided by 7 is greater than or equal to -9. Since I'm dividing by 7, I'm going to multiply both sides by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. -9 times 7 is -63. Since I multiplied by a positive, I'm going to keep my sign the same. It's greater than or equal to, so I'm going to fill in my circle and shade greater than. Another way to remember it is if the x is negative, so if I have something like this, since this is negative, I'm going to flip my sign. Whereas if I had something like this, the x is positive, it doesn't even matter if that's negative. The x is positive, so my sign's going to stay the same. Alright, if you need any help, please just let me know. You can reach out on Teams or through email.